Well, hey, what's going on, everyone? I'm attempting to do a new stream in 1080p. I'm using a new camera, seeing how it comes out. Well, I do hope that you like this, and hopefully, I'm in sync. I got somebody in the chat, so let's see. Um, Daniel Berry Sports Highlights. What's going on? How's it coming in? This is the first time I'm using a new camera, a new Nexigo 1080p 60 frames per second camera. Hopefully it's coming in, hopefully it's coming in very well because it's, like I said, new broadcast in 1080p. I've always done it on the integrated webcam with very, very low quality. I would technically say the integrated webcam that I had before was subpar. So hopefully everything's coming well on the people watching on their end. So yeah. But I think there is one issue I'd noticed, and it's something to do with the autofocus. And it seems like there's this flickering. I don't know if y'all can tell on it. Sorry, I just want to make sure that everything's coming in like it should. So yeah. Okay. I got one person in, so right now I'm definitely back. As for what videos and content to expect, I don't know for sure because it's been a very long 2 months for the people that I've interacted with. And let me get this up. It's been up for a while. Um, so I'm going to come out and say it. My dad was having some health issues a few months ago. He had some kind of an infection. Uh, I think it might have been related to the knee surgery that he had. This happened in late March. He's been in the hospital for a few months. I think he has improved to a certain degree, but eventually another problem came about like a month ago or so. He started having some kidney issues, and eventually had to be placed on dialysis. But I think overall he's starting to improve, and at least he's functional and well. Like a month and a half ago, like early April, it was a different story. So yeah, I've been kind of having to make some decisions, and plus this happened when he was around his boat. He was like 3+ hours away, and eventually he had to be transported to a hospital in Galveston. So that's what I also been dealing with. And plus, I've been working recently another second job, but I'm not going to be there. In fact, this is my last week. I'm going to stay at my regular job, and you know what? I just want to enjoy the summer for as much as I can. That's life in general. I want to be able to live life to the fullest, and there you have it. So I got 3 people watching, so hopefully they're able to see it. I don't know if it's going to come up as 1080p. Apparently, I have to buy the professional plan, as it turns out. It's like $39 a month, but they're letting me do some kind of 7-day free trial. So I'm just, testing this out, seeing how this is going to look. I would assume it's going to look much improved from what I used before. Like I said, I was using my integrated webcam, and we all know how those look. And yeah, I know you can use OBS to improve the quality of the webcam, but it's not going to really improve that much. An integrated webcam is what it is. It's very cheaply made. The story. And I'm having to do it from a certain angle. I'm hoping that I'm looking into the camera well enough. I actually have this on a tripod. It came with a tripod, surprisingly. So, yeah. Surprisingly, I have 3 people watching, but no one else has commented, surprisingly enough. I don't know if that's... Hey, Neopunk. Can you hear me okay? And how's the quality of everything? Do I need to maybe move the camera up? Because there is a mic on this, but I've actually heard that the mic was actually decent on this. I don't need to get an external mic. And if you want to come in and chime and just kick it back, and I know it's a Monday, and I don't know what everyone's day is like on a Monday. If it was a Friday, I'm pretty sure a lot of people would be coming in. But Friday is a day where you want to just kick back with the good times roll and just socialize. Well, I'm sure it's definitely a much bigger. I hope it's a bigger improvement for what I've used recently. So if you want to come in, feel free. You might be the only person that comes in if you can come in. So we'll see. Okay. I'm getting the link to you now. Okay, so 3 people watching. Sorry for the slight dead silence that I have here. Anyways, it's been a very interesting summer for me, with my dad dealing with his health issues and stuff like that. But I think for now he's going to be okay. So. But if anything, he really should have gone to a much better doctor, a better reviewed, facility that does knee replacement. From what I've read, I remember reading the reviews weren't so good, and knowing him, and even if I told him that he shouldn't use that facility, he probably would have been stubborn and wouldn't have listened. That's the nature of my father. Sometimes, some people are just pretty much stuck in their old ways, and they're very unwilling or very rarely willing to change their outlook in life, and nothing you can really do about it, except focus on yourself. And that's what I've been doing so far, is really just focusing on me right now. But it's summer of 2023. I want to be able to enjoy it. And as far as movie reviews, what do I got on the horizon? I think in order to kickstart off, I want to kickstart off with a bang, and I'm thinking about doing a review for the film Deep Rising, since Treat Williams recently passed away. Figured that would be a great way to just start things off with a bang, and hopefully I can end on a bang for sure. So. But yeah, I just don't know when I'm going to do all that. And believe it or not, I'll be right back. Let me stop the camera temporarily. I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back. Well, I decided to go ahead. I'm going to see the new Indiana Jones 5 movie. I'm going on Tuesday, and I'm going to be seeing it with somebody, and I'm curious to see if it's as bad as a lot of critics have said. And I do have a feeling it ain't going to be as good as the first 3. There's no way, or even as good as Kingdom of Crystal Skull, but I don't think it's going to be like a massive train wreck like the last 2 Star Wars films. So yeah, and then Neil Punk says, "Rest in peace to Treat Williams." Yeah, apparently it was a mortal. Someone didn't watch what they were doing, and that's how Treat Williams got killed. So very unfortunate. And it's very unfortunate that we didn't get any new recent interviews for Deep Rising, because he says he enjoyed making that movie. And I've seen him in a few other things. I know he was, in the Substitute sequels. I remember him. He was in The Phantom with Billy Zane. And I've heard that Dead Heat's, or was it Is it called dead heat? I think that's what it's called. So yeah. All right. Hey, what's going on, Neil?
Hey, what's up, Scotty?
Not much. Just trying out this new webcam that I got, and that I have to. From what I can tell, it looks pretty good.
Yeah, it looks pretty good. Yeah, not bad.
I'd say it's a definite improvement over what I've had to use in the past. Like I mentioned, the integrated webcam it wasn't all that great. So,
Yeah, it's kind of times kind of appeared a bit blurry.
oh, so it's sharp sometimes, or but it's not. I mean, it's a little blurry, but
No, like the previous camera, like before,
okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, it probably was blurry.
hmm
Okay, you there?
Yeah.
Yeah, something happened with my internet. I don't know what. I don't know if I bumped the cord or something. So something happened with mine. But then again, this
Yeah.
is AT&T, and I think I need to figure out how to get a new internet service. I don't know if my apartment's going to allow that. But I would think that if I don't use AT&T, and if I can use like Verizon, because they do have better internet speed in comparison to what I purchased with AT&T. So
Yeah. You should figure that out.
yeah. So yeah, like I said, I'm the my if I like I said, if I get back into the swing of things, doing movie reviews, I'm going to start with Deep Rising. That's what I'm going to do.
Oh yeah, Deep Rising. Yeah, that's the Tree Williams film, right?
Yep,
Yeah.
didn't do very well at the box office, but it did get a good cult following, and since it was directed by Steven Summers, that led to him doing the first two
Mhm.
Mummy movies and stuff like that. So yeah,
Yeah, and Steven Summers is like a very hit or miss director. Like sometimes he can be good, and sometimes he can be kind of crap.
yeah, like I know Van Helsing wasn't all that great, but there you have it. Hey
Or
Bobby,
yeah,
and what's going on, Sam? I just saw a new video of yours traveling to Florida. How are you doing in there? But and also, if you want to, you can come in if you like. But I understand if you got other priorities, so I'll leave it up to you. And if you want to come in too, Bobby, it's up to you.
hey, what's up, guys?
So, what you've been doing so far, Theo?
Yeah, besides, saving the Matrix and begging Trinity, not much.
Oh yeah, you were in college for a bit, but now you're taking a break for right now, summer break, right?
Yeah, I'm already on break. I have been on break since like last month. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. I mentioned my dad's health issues earlier. I don't know if you saw that. So
Yeah, I heard about that. Hopefully he gets better.
he's improving for now.
Yeah.
But he can get really agitated easily, sadly. But he's old. He's about 70 years old. Maybe one day I can invite you to my guest restaurant. Maybe combine the best of both worlds. Okay. Well,
Yeah,
you gotta do what you gotta do, Bobby.
yeah, sure.
Hey, Sam.
Hey, what's up, man?
Nothing much.
Uh,
As you can tell, I have a new webcam or external webcam, I should say.
Yeah. It looks a lot better, man. Like high definition quality.
Yeah, but before I even started streaming, there's apparently you have to get the professional one to really technically stream. But they offered like a 7-day free trial in 1080p, so that's what I'm doing temporarily for right now. But maybe I might purchase the. It's going to cost me about $39 per month to do all that.
Okay. Yeah, I just got to a Motel 6, and whatchamacallit, like, I'm just like, I seen that you're streaming, and then one of my homegirls called me while I was on the way, but I couldn't, like, answer, because, like, I was, like, driving. It's gonna take me, like, almost an hour from, like, the last rest stop that I
Hey, CJ.
took a nap at.
You
Yeah.
go ahead and continue. You said you were. Go ahead.
Me?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. So like whatchamacallit, so like I only got like 6 hours of sleep. So yeah, I got a little distracted by the chat. Was CHG or CHJ, is that what it was?
Yeah.
Let me check. Yeah, CJH, my bad. But yeah, like I only had like I think I've only gotten 6 hours of sleep, but I'm doing like perfectly fine surprisingly. And like I started driving at like 12:30 in the morning, and then I hit like South Carolina like halfway down South Carolina, and like whatchamacallit, 4 hours. I slept for 4 hours over at that rest stop, and then whatchamacallit, like I woke up at 8, and it was a little hot, but it wasn't as hot as whenever it wasn't as hot as whenever I was in a rest stop in Florida. And oh my gosh, it was so hot. I left my windows cracked just so I wouldn't suffocate, and I could just hear the wildlife and the bugs going crazy.
Yeah, it was triple digits earlier. It was like 104, 105 or something. It's typical of Texas heat in summer. So yeah.
In Texas?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm in Daytona right now.
Yeah, it's not too. It's where a lot. If I'm not mistaken, I don't know if they still race down there. I assume they do. There's a lot.
NASCAR.
NASCAR, yeah.
I mean, I'm not a fan, but like someone told me like, yeah, there's Daytona over there, like Daytona races, and like it's like I'm not a NASCAR fan, but I would go over there. I'm not gonna waste my time with NASCAR. If you like that stuff, hey, cool. You do you have the time of your life there. I just can't watch cars go in circles. For everybody else, hey, enjoy your life with cars. Me personally, if I had the opportunity to do NASCAR, I would do it, but I don't enjoy watching it. So
Yeah, I have seen a live racing before, but that was like the early '90s. It was called Longhorn Speedway, and that racetrack's been long gone since like I think the mid '90s.
I think also Indiana is also famous for NASCAR. I'm not sure.
Yeah, and before I moved out here, I wasn't too far from the F1 track, so.
Oh, okay. How's your apartment situation going?
It's fine. I've definitely gotten settled in. I still need I technically need to get a table and some chairs. I still haven't done that. I've been eating on my coffee table for a while. I just got.
Hey, it'd be like that. Like I was lucky enough to have my mom's boyfriend give me like a table. I think he ended up taking it back too, cause like why not? Cause like I was moving out and all that stuff, and just a lot of stuff I got for free. Like even the couches, like this guy came all the way from Albuquerque to Mountain Air to give me these couches, and he's like, "Yeah." I'm like, "Bro, I could give you $40 because you literally went all the way from Albuquerque to Mountain Air. That was like 70 miles over here, and then 70 miles back." He's like, "No, I just needed something to do." He was like going through a lawsuit. He just said like, "Fuck it." So I guess he was just doing me a favor, and I gave him some other things. But yeah, like that guy did me a big favor with those couches. And then one of those couches are actually now where are one of those couches? Oh yeah, it's in my mom's house. Replaced with the old couch. My mom's like, "No, I'll keep my couch." I'm like, "I'm sorry, but my couch is newer and better." So
Yeah. Well, either way, it's good to have some couches. I'm kind of tired of superhero films that are being originally more. I kind of agree with James Gunn. They're getting lazy with them.
I agree with you, CJ. I agree with you. Me too.
multiverse this, multiverse that, different version of Batman, different version of Spider-Man.
Yes,
Oh,
I haven't even seen the multiverse Spider-Man films yet. I've heard they're good and they're being praised really well.
Like they're not bad. It's just like multiverse this, multiverse that.
Yeah,
Like
I didn't even really hate the Doctor Strange one, but I felt like he was. I felt like he was not really. It felt like it was more like him and more like WandaVision or Wanda.
Doctor Strange is pretty mid.
you took everything from me. No.
By the way, speaking of multiverse, I recently watched The Flash, and oh my god, that was terrible.
Some people say like, "Oh, it was good." The best superhero movies are the ones that are focused on characters and story.
It's not that
Yeah.
good. Really, so mediocre.
Watchmen is like one of the best superhero movies out there, and it's not all action. It's like all about like like how those superheroes got there and how they're functioning in society. And then some action happens at the end, but it's just like it like gets all political and crazy, which like in a good way.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
Watchmen's a really good one. Have you read the comics?
I have not, I've really never gone to comics just because like I just never got around to it.
Yeah, I haven't
Although,
read the comics either.
isn't there like a website to check out like comics for free and stuff just to keep up with that? Rhetoric.
I don't know. If there
Yeah.
is, I haven't really seen it.
Hmm.
I mean,
But I do know I do have the 2009 Watchmen movie for sure. I actually saw that in theaters. I thought it was, yeah, it may have been a long movie. I mean, if I'm not mistaken, there's I think 2 longer versions of that movie, and it was directed by Zack Snyder of all things. You know,
it's only a good movie, pretty much.
Speaking of movies, I haven't watched a movie in a fat minute. Last movie I watched was I think it was a Super Mario. Wait, no. Last movie I watched was like the second Avatar movie, and that was whenever I was visiting one of my sergeant's house whenever it was like his kid's birthday and stuff. So yeah, that was like the last movie I watched. And before that was the Super Mario movie, which was like a month before that. Whenever I was in Iowa, I was in Iowa.
well, yeah, I do like the Batman. Robert Pattinson did surprise me, so he did. So the film itself,
Yeah,
I feel like he could have gained a little more muscle because it seemed like he was a tad skinny in some scenes, but that's just me.
that's a good one. That's a good one.
No, Batman's the GOAT.
Yeah, and I know. I mean, if I
I'm
was
gonna check if that part's right.
if I was even the Flash movie, I only see if I could.
The thing is that with the Flash movie, like the last few films I saw was the Flash and Across the Spider-Verse. One of them was good and one of them sucked. Guess which one?
Because the one that sucked was the Flash.
Yep, I saw it. Don't waste your time. It's not that good. It's not worth watching.
Yeah, I keep hearing that the CGI didn't look like it was really quite finished. Like they were going to address it, but they didn't. So.
Oh, the CGI is terrible. It's so bad.
You talking about Into the Spider-Verse?
No, the Flash
The
movie.
Flash.
Ezra Miller, Mr. Groomer himself.
Oh,
Yeah, Psycho Miller.
Yes, that's a good one.
they still have him around, and people like after all the accusation stuff, or was that proven like he wasn't proven guilty?
I
They
don't
still
know.
have him around.
He's attempting to get help supposedly, but if anything, Ezra Miller would be in jail for all the shit he did. He might even be dead.
If he wasn't famous, he would be in jail.
He'd be dead.
Yeah.
So James Gunn's going to have some participation in the Superman movie. Okay, well.
Where's Michael Bay when you need him?
What? He directed a movie last year that I saw that wasn't too bad.
The one with Jake Gyllenhaal?
Yeah, that one.
Yeah.
Quentin Tarantino never fails, and entertaining.
Yeah. What was the last one he did? I know he's
strange man in his ways and how he is, but top notch film creator.
Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I think he said he's going to do one more movie or maybe 2 more. I don't know. I know that after that film he's going to retire or something. So yeah. I would have liked to see his take on Star Trek because I know he was approached to do one, but that never got off the ground.
Yeah.
But to be honest, I haven't. The last movie I actually saw since I haven't seen one in a while was the new Guardians movie, and I have to admit it was a pretty decent flick. It wasn't woke at least.
Yeah.
I think but the overall theme of that movie, I think it was all about just letting go, like Peter Quill letting go of the past and the fact that the Gamora that he knows now is not the same Gamora that he knew several years back, and Robert letting go of his past and all that stuff, and a few other characters like Mantis is wanting to move on, go her separate ways. So yeah.
Yeah, I heard it was pretty good. I heard it's a huge improvement over the previous, Marvel films.
Yeah. If push comes to shove, I might give it another watch, but it depends if I find the time if it's still in theaters. So, but
one of the movies that
go ahead.
No, one of the movies that I last watched was Prometheus, and I thought it was pretty interesting. I wish they would have like made like a sequel to it. Like I know it's just like an extension to like the Alien movies and all that stuff, but the first humans and all that stuff, it's pretty crazy.
Yeah, it was they. I mean, they were back in the day. They were trying to decide if it was going to be a prequel to Alien, but it was like maybe a semi prequel because of the engineers and the derelict spaceship that you saw at the tail end of the movie. I mean, it was interesting, but I felt like it had more questions than it did answers. And maybe we were going to get that in the sequel, but apparently, I think Ridley Scott decided to scrap that and just basically tried to do like an Alien movie. Like I don't know if
Well,
you
like
saw Alien Covenant, so
I
Yeah.
haven't like I haven't really even gotten to the Alien movies. Like I remember only watching like Alien versus Predator, but they got like multiple of those movies, right?
they only made two. The one
Yeah.
that in 2004, and then the one with Aliens versus Predator Requiem was in 2007. And I remember that because it came out Christmas Day.
Oh
Uh,
no.
Yeah, I
I
thought it
can't
was
really
interesting.
keep up with all that, but like I remember I was in Job Corps and I was watching like an Alien versus Predator, and like it was a Predator versus like an alien Predator hybrid. Was that the second one?
Okay, that was Requiem.
Oh, Requiem. So there's three of them.
No, there's two. The Requiem was the one with the Pred alien.
Yeah,
Oh,
there's
okay,
two of
okay.
them, yeah.
The first one took place in a pyramid in Antarctica. I don't know if you ever saw that one.
Nah, I need to watch The Thing though. That's like I know that's a masterpiece.
The original thing, the Carpenter one, the 1982
Uh,
one, Kurt Russell.
yeah.
Yeah, in fact, actually, they re-released that in theaters last year, and it was definitely worth seeing it in theaters. But I take it back. The last movie I actually saw, it was an old film. I actually saw Raiders of the Lost Ark in theaters. It was definitely worth paying for it, just to
Oh,
see
okay.
Indiana Jones and the first time I get to watch the first movie in theaters because I never did. I mean, the very first time I even watched Indiana Jones in theaters was The Kingdom of the Crystal Skull, which, by the way, looking back, it's not that bad of a movie like a lot of people were saying. It had its
Yeah.
issues, but it's not that horrible. I mean, I swear people were saying, "Oh, it's the worst thing ever."
Nah,
How
it's
dare
not that
Lucas have
bad.
aliens and stuff like that? And yeah, it had its issues. Yeah, maybe Indy hiding in the fridge and somehow surviving the fridge surviving a nuclear blast was a little ridiculous and pushing it, but it wasn't all that bad.
Yeah, I never hated the film. I always thought it was just okay, like an alright time waster at best, you know?
And Shia LaBeouf
Yeah.
didn't do that bad of a job. Yeah, I know that maybe he shouldn't have said some things after the film came out, but that was his deal. But performance-wise, he was good.
What did he say? Unless you don't want to utter those same words.
I don't know specifically what he said.
Well, was he being a racist or what?
I don't know. He said that maybe I don't know. I have to look it up.
Yeah, 'cause I know Shia LaBeouf in real life is a bit of a fucked up person, I know.
Oh, like an asshole.
Yeah.
Skull. What did he say? Well, in fact, I believe even Harrison Ford called Shia LaBeouf a fucking idiot for the way he said something about Kingdom of Crystal Skull. I don't know if it's going to say what
So like great actor, ass of a person in reality. Not just
yeah,
an
that's right.
asshole, but just an ass.
Yeah, for some reason I couldn't
Yeah.
wouldn't let me see what it was. But anyways, from what I understood in the fifth one, I think they killed off his character.
Yeah, I heard that too as well. And I know that got Matt pissed off.
Wait, in Indiana Jones? The new Indiana Jones?
Yeah,
The one that's coming out, Dial of Destiny.
That's
Apparently,
fucked up.
yeah, they apparently killed his character off in Vietnam. So
And apparently they made Indiana Jones into like a loser who's divorced by Marion and shit.
yeah,
Like,
there's like divorce papers signed. Yeah, unfortunately, whatever happy ending he got in Dial of Destiny, not Dial, but in Kingdom of Crystal Skull has been completely right.
Let's make divorce normal.
Yeah, they're a lot of people. A lot of critics say that Indiana Jones in this one's a bit beaten down. I mean, he was old in Crystal Skull, but he was still in tip top shape considering his age. He was still like in his 60s.
yeah,
Oh, I still got it in me. With this whip.
It's not
Get
the
off.
years, it's mileage.
Get off my plane. Oh wait, is this the
Wrong.
right universe?
Oh, wait, did you see the
All
parody?
senile.
The Art Spear parody? Yeah,
Oh, I
there's like
haven't.
I don't know if you saw it, but that's funny how you mentioned it because apparently the Toon Spear Entertainment that like parodies trailers, they did a little parody of Dial of Destiny, and and they're making it seem like Indiana Jones has some kind of dementia, like like when he's on the plane, he thinks Phoebe Waller-Bridge is some kind of lobbyist, and then he utters that line, "Get off my plane," and kicks her out. And apparently, the villain of that film was supposedly like a doctor in that trailer. So, in fact, they
Wait,
called it Dialysis of Destiny. So, yeah.
wait a minute. So he uttered a quote in Indiana Jones that was also in Snakes on a Plane.
No, that was from Air Force One.
Oh, Air
Yeah.
Force One. Okay, I gotta check
Harrison
that
Ford
out
was in
then.
that movie as well. I don't know if you ever saw that.
I never saw. No, I never saw. I never even seen Snakes on a Plane. It's available on Hulu, but I really don't watch movies. I used to play video games like nonstop. All I've been doing is school, workout, work, and what else? And yes, and sleep. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. I played a little bit of my Madden game, but not a whole lot. I mean, I just barely hooked up my PS2 like a month ago. So
Hey, isn't Mosh in Florida?
he's somewhere in Florida. I don't know where specifically. So, well, it's funny you mentioned that. The little parody trailer. He's actually in the Holy Grail retirement home, which I thought was a funny reference.
That's
Um,
funny.
yeah, I don't know. I'm sure he does a few things here and there. I know they uploaded a clip where he's apparently figuring out this little pull trap where apparently you have to put, I forget what they call them, but it lowers the pull into another corridor somewhere. So that's one of the few things we see happen. Oh, lost Sam. I'm sure he'll be back. My phone went off for whatever reason, so I don't know what that's about. I wonder if it's a text message. I wonder if it's just let me know that I'm on the air. Just give me a second.
Oh, all right. Yeah. So let's see. Now that I have all this, now that I have the fact that I have the stream for myself, let's see. Let me read some of these comments. The Flash was just boring. Had no point of existence. I agree. All right. See ya, Sam. Have fun.
Oh, well, thanks for stopping by, Sam. I understand you got things you got to do. So, yeah, take it easy. Don't drink too much.
All right. Later, Sam.
But yeah, Dial of Destiny, I don't know how much he's given to do. I mean, he can't really do much of anything. He was what, 78, 79 years old when he filmed that movie. So I don't know what to expect. But thankfully, oh, hell yeah, man. Welcome to Miami. Hopefully you run into a better version of Will Smith. You mean, maybe he gets to do, you can do Big Willie style with him. So, yeah. But yeah, back on the Indy 5, I mean, I actually am going to see it, but I don't know how many times I'm going to see it. Hell, I don't know if I'm even going to see it in IMAX or if it's even coming out in IMAX.
I think it
You
will
know,
come out on IMAX.
what's up?
I think it will come out on IMAX.
Yeah, I know that it's going to come out in like Cinemark XD or 4DX.
Mm-hmm.
But I know originally, and I don't know if you've heard about the rumors, yeah, surfing those beaches and hitting them clubs. Hey, good luck on you. Good luck with that, Sam. It's your life, man. You only live once, so yeah. But back on Indy 5 again. I know that back in 2021 when Overlord DVD, aka Doomcock, is what he's called. He broke some news about how the original version of Dial of Destiny, before it was called Dial of Destiny, it was just referred to as Indy 5. Apparently, it was Phoebe Waller-Bridge's character was a lot worse originally because she was like demeaning and insulting Indian. You kind of get glimpses of that, but it was even worse. She was pretty much berating him and all that stuff. Originally, I think, from what I understood, according to the test screen, she had a girlfriend too, but I don't know if that's. I assume that's been removed.
Wow, all of this just sounds like elder abuse.
Yeah, that's what it sounds like to
The way
me.
how she's treating him, like
And
that.
apparently, it seemed like Ford, according to the 4chan leak, apparently Ford didn't really like being there. And it does look like in some scenes he's happy, some scenes he looks like he's tired as hell. But it just feels like it's a bit of a mixed bag. And apparently, I guess what Kennedy wanted,
that bitch.
yeah, that despicable feminist narcissistic cunt. Sorry if I'm saying that, but that's the truth.
It is a truth. Yeah, she's a cunt.
Yeah, they went back in time, and I believe in 1933. Apparently, somehow they interact with the younger Indy, and somehow the younger Indy sacrifices himself, causing the old Indy to fade out. And eventually, Phoebe Waller-Bridge dons the whip and the hat, and apparently she is in a montage of William's score and all the, I guess, the adventures that Indiana had. She now takes over or something like that.
Ew, that sounds fucking nasty. All of this just sounds like complete shit. Wow.
Yeah, all about fucking Kennedy's agenda, which
that sounds like a nightmare.
Whoever spoke up on the test screen, I don't know if it was the test audience or maybe Bob Iger or people at Disney or maybe even Spielberg and George Lucas, since they are executive producers, maybe they said, you don't fucking kill Indiana Jones off. You're going to change that shit.
Exactly, because that sounds like a complete nightmare. That sounds like almost as bad as Dark Fate. Holy shit.
Yeah, I would have probably absolutely hated that movie for sure if I saw that version.
Mm-hmm.
There's no way you kill off Indiana Jones like that. Come on.
Yeah, and all this feminazi bullshit and everything. Hell no. That sounds like a nightmare. Oh my god.
Yeah, that was the original ending. Now the new ending is supposed to be that they chase his hat through the streets or something. Well, I know now he lives in this ending, so thankfully that's the case, because I think Williams actually broke the news, but for whatever reason, the director Mango tried to downplay it, or what's the term? I'm just leaving my brain. He was playing damage control pretty much. He was saying that Williams was mistaken. We're not shooting a new ending, and of course, when people broke the news when Phoebe Waller-Bridge was replacing him, he also said that wasn't going to happen. So, like they say, Doomcock in the end was right. He was telling the truth, and Mangold was doing damage control. Apparently, there was actually even tension on the set between him and Kennedy. They were like in a trailer and they were arguing out loud or something. So maybe he was probably fighting to keep Indiana alive. So yeah, like the previous one, it's left out in the open on who gets the hat. If I have an idea, I would try to do one last indie film where apparently my idea would retcon the idea that his son died. I would reveal that he's actually in fact alive, and that maybe in the end Jones ends up saving him. They come full circle, and eventually he officially passes the hat to his son.
Yeah, Scott.
And also, I would get Short Round back too. They had an opportunity to do that. If they really reshot a good part of that movie, they should have brought Kei Kwan back, because he was in Everywhere All at Once. Why didn't they bring him back? Oh yeah, because he's a man, and Kennedy, who doesn't want to upset the patriarchy or some bullshit like that.
Yes, Scott, you have so much better ideas than these fucking writers. So much better ideas.
I minored in writing in college, so there you go.
Exactly. You would definitely make a better movie than these, crooks, these cocksuckers.
Yeah, these wannabe filmmakers that think they know what they do.
Exactly.
Yeah, Yeah, I would. My version would definitely have short round in there. They become it, and plus, I would believe it or not, I know this is maybe stretching it, but I would have Belloc. I would really well. It would involve a brother of Belloc. That's what I would do.
Hmm.
And then I would. Then the actors I was thinking of him playing that. I would. It's either John Lithgow, John Malkovich. Gosh, shoot, there's another John that I thought.
I don't know, John Landis.
Maybe. Um, gosh, there's Malkovich, Lithgow. Gosh, who else?
I don't know, John Travolta.
No,
Nah.
definitely not him. Jeremy Irons, I guess, was what I was thinking.
Oh, okay. Yeah, Jeremy Irons doesn't sound like a bad casting choice. Why not?
Yeah, I was thinking Chris Pratt can pull off the role of Indiana Jones' son. So yeah, I mean, he definitely would bring some box office too. I mean, with his role as
Yeah.
Quill from Guardians of the Galaxy, and the Jurassic Park films, which I'm assuming that the last one they released last year is going to be the last one for sure. So,
Or why not Nathan Fillion instead, as the son of Indy?
I don't know about that.
I mean, he can't technically play Nathan Drake in that fan-made film, so or maybe he's
Yeah.
a bit too old. I can see that.
Yeah, and I would probably put another female villain in there that's working with Belloc's brother, and I would base it on Kathleen Kennedy again, because I had an idea for a Star Wars sequel, pretty much a one-off film for the Star Wars. So, but I don't want to reel too much on it because someone might take my idea. For all I know, someone might take my idea, but But here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna copyright my idea of what I would do for Indy 6. Plus, I would base that movie on Star Trek 6: The Undiscovered Country. That would be my influence for Indy 6. Because Star Trek 6 ended things on a good note and everything came full circle. Just like my version of Indy 6, everything will come full circle. In fact, I would probably involve the Ark, and apparently the Ark could do more than what was revealed in Raiders. So I would have that movie come. I would have the sixth film come full circle. So there you go.
Yeah.
Which is odd that Anthony wasn't in Solo, but he's in Indiana Jones.
Who's Anthony?
Yeah, I'm kind of blanking on that, CJ. Maybe you can help me out on that.
Who, Anthony Mackie? Which Anthony is he talking about?
Yeah, I haven't seen Solo in a while.
Oh yeah, that film. Jeez, if anyone even remembers that film.
I actually saw it in theaters. I'm assuming this guy's an actor, Anthony Ingruber.
Oh, Anthony Gruber. I'm not too familiar with him.
So is he? So if he's in Indiana Jones 5, is he like the new short round?
The
guy that everyone wanted him as Solo. Oh, okay.
He probably would have done a better job than that block of wood.
Yeah. That block of wood or that or the pickle.
Or that talentless nobody.
I mean, did that actor even go on to do anything after that?
Nope. Solo pretty much killed his career.
Oh, he's okay. So he's probably one of the. It's not Boyd Holbrook, I know that. So it's probably the other henchman, the buffer guy. Really? I didn't. He must have really. Also voiced as Joker and Telltall. Telltall. I don't know. I'm saying that wrong.
Telltally, whatever. Oh, he was in Cocaine Bear?
Is it? Yeah, Telltale, whatever. The sole actor was in Cocaine Bear. He was. I actually did see that movie. That was kind of a fun movie.
Yeah. I haven't seen that one yet.
I managed to get lucky and catch it in theaters, especially since it was Ray Liotta's last movie. So there you go.
Yeah, that's right. I kind of miss Ray Liotta. He was such a good actor.
Oh yeah, he was good. He can play an over the top psycho. For example, if anyone saw him in Turbulence, you'll know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, or what's that film he did with Kurt Russell? The Unlawful Entry. He's really good in that.
What film was that again?
Unlawful Entry.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that movie. Yeah, he
He's
was
so
really
good
good in
in
that
it.
movie.
Yeah,
He definitely played a very convincing psycho in that movie.
yeah, it's one of his most underrated performances.
They want to have Dave Filoni do a movie with Luke Han and Leia, but with new actors. I thought they were going to try to do a film that was like a continuation of the sequel. I'm hoping if, let's say, if Indy 5 does indeed bomb, maybe Kathleen Kennedy, is asked to leave, not fired, but leave. And maybe all those Star Wars sequel ideas that they had will go away. And who knows? I want to pitch my idea. Mine would be a one off film pretty much, but I would definitely retcon the sequel trilogy like it didn't happen. I even would base another female character. I know it's sticking it to Kennedy, but fuck her. I want to give her a taste of her own medicine.
Yeah, fuck that puta. Fuck that bitch.
Yeah, she probably got rejected by Spielberg and Lucas one too many times, and she took it as an insult. But you definitely should, if anything, if you saw the recent video where apparently Spielberg, I guess, somewhat snubbed her, but because he gives credit to three people, he gave credit to um, what's the first guy? It was, I know one of them was Harrison, one was George Lucas, and then the final one was John Williams. And aptly enough, Kennedy clapped on the first two, but when he mentioned John Williams, she didn't clap at all.
Wow, what a nasty cold bitch.
It's a pretty fun little snub by Spielberg, and she definitely fucking deserved it.
Yeah. Yeah, I can't stand that, but she fucking ruined Star Wars for me.
Yeah, the Force is female. She's raised the bestest ever.
Well, she can stick that force up her ass. How about that?
Yeah, the female, she can stick her strap-on dildo up her ass for sure. Yeah, take the Force in that bitch.
Yeah. Taking the red pill radically.
Really, George? I don't know. I noticed that George Lucas didn't say much of anything in in that clip. Supposedly, I heard he had diabetes, but I thought he was managing it pretty well. So
Honestly, I think Indiana Jones 5 is gonna bomb regardless because it has a budget of $300 million.
yeah, almost 300 million. And when you factor in advertising, it's definitely like 350 million. I think maybe even higher.
Oh god, that's gonna have a hard time breaking even, I bet.
Yeah, I think it has to make maybe 800, 900 million just to break even. I think.
It's definitely not gonna get to 900 million, that's for sure. I doubt it.
I don't know if it's even going to get 700 million. Because
But I mean,
supposedly a lot of people were tracking that movie to open at maybe at best 60 million. Maybe it does surprise a little bit, but who knows?
yeah, but 60 million is not good. That's still pretty mediocre.
Yeah, I think that's even less than the Kingdom of Crystal Skull, and that opened back in 2008.
Wow. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think it's going to be a good movie, but it won't be quite a disaster like the original cut was. I wonder if we're ever going to get any of those original endings, because supposedly there was like 6 endings, and apparently the old Indy died in all of those originally. So, but speaking of the ending, I know that's like I mentioned that John Williams leaked info about that new ending being reshot. Maybe that's why Kennedy didn't clap, because he's the one that leaked the info. And the guy's for all things considering, since he's 90 years old, he's very well spoken considering.
Yeah. For Blue Beetle.
I've heard about it, but I don't know.
I don't know about Blue Beetle, to be honest.
I don't know if there's enough of a following for it to do well. So there you go.
As long as the budget's not 200 million, but even then, it might still not break even. So I don't know. It could still bomb.
It's always possible, sadly.
The only one I can maybe see, maybe a bit of a hit is maybe Aquaman 2, because it's coming out in December and there's not too many releases coming out. So maybe that could be the wild card. Maybe.
CJ mentioned that the Blue Beetle is a cheap film, so there you go.
It does look pretty cheap.
What is my favorite, or both of our favorites, Bobby? Favorite, that's going to be a tough one. That's going to be a very tough one.
I think I already got my answer.
Yeah, go ahead.
The Crow.
Okay, good choice.
The Crow's my favorite.
The original Crow, right?
Yeah. Oh, definitely the original.
I can see that being the case too. I mean, because of Amber. I wonder if well, now if they delete all her scenes, maybe it won't bomb as badly. But of course, WB won't. I mean, I'm
I
surprised
hope.
that WB didn't try to arrange a meeting between Heard and Ezra Miller. I'm sure they would love getting along in that jail cell.
Yeah. I hope they do delete all of her scenes because she's another cunt who deserves to die. Yeah.
Yeah, last I know, she was in Spain, but apparently she's going to be in a movie. I guess the money dried out fast for her.
Man, what she did to Johnny Depp was so unforgivable.
Yeah, I don't know if she'll ever have a career. Hopefully she doesn't get a fucking career after that. I'm hoping she doesn't.
I'm saying, me too.
Wow, they're that they're that broke. Wow, damn. I didn't know they were. Oh yeah, probably because Shazam. I know that the second one flopped. I never got a chance to see it, but I heard it's not horrible, but I feel like it's a mixed bag of sorts.
Yeah, I didn't bother seeing the second Shazam because I wasn't even the biggest fan of the first, to be honest. Like, it was okay, but you know.
I do have the Blu-ray of the first one. I remember seeing it. It was a decent little film there.
Yeah.
I was gonna say that. Yeah, I know that Quinn made a little joke saying that he supposedly heard that maybe she was making an OnlyFans. Last I heard, because of her last name Erd. Maybe she will. Maybe she'll name herself Amber Turd, like she's been called.
Ooh, that's an interesting question.
I don't know how to. For my favorites, I can't narrow down to one. I'm going to say probably Aliens, Terminator 2, Predator 2,
Mm-hmm.
Star Trek, most of the original crew films right there. Of course, Star Wars, Indiana Jones.
My favorites, I would say, would be, well, number one's The Crow, but others would include The Matrix, Heat, Terminator 2, um, Collateral. That's a great
I guess
one.
I think I just thought of one. I used to not like Alien 3, but it's kind of grown on me, even though the film's far from perfect.
I used to not like The Fifth Element too much, but I rewatched it and it's grown on me. I like it now.
It's okay. I don't completely hate the film, but I felt like they did kind of rush that movie. Like throwing in Rhino, and if anything, I think they should have really focused on Electro, and maybe they should have further. I think if they should have deleted Rhino and just focused on Electro and the Green Goblin. I would have been okay with that.
That film has some good moments, but
Yeah,
it's such a huge mess. I can quite say I like it, to be honest. It's not that good.
yeah, and I felt like Paul Giamatti. I'm sure he's a good actor, but he was just not right as Rhino.
The thing with that movie, I just have too many problems with that film, to be honest.
And Hans Zimmer's score is decent, but I have to admit, I still like James Horner's score for the first one.
I like Danny Elfman's score more than all of those, to be honest.
Well, you can't beat good old Danny Elfman.
Yeah. Honestly, this is gonna be a bit of a hot take, but I'd rather watch Spider-Man 3 instead of the Amazing Spider-Man films.
Really,
I don't even love Spider-Man 3, but I don't hate it.
it's definitely not perfect. I mean, shoehorning Venom at the tail end was not a good idea. They should have saved it for a fourth movie. I think that would have worked better. But I don't know if Topher Grace was the right guy for that role either. So
Yeah, Topher Grace was very miscast. I agree with that.
are you talking about going from James Horner to Hans Zimmer? Because James Horner was still alive when Amazing Spider-Man 2 came out, because it came out in 2014. Horner died in 2015. Like, I think it was
Yeah.
summer of 2015. It was a plane crash. So
Well, rest in peace to James Horner.
Yeah, I remember I was re-listening to some of his scores. I'm trying to remember which one it was that I was. Uh, I know it was Crow. I just thought of it. Crow. That could be another review I might do because that film's 40 years old. You know, that was when James Horner was starting to really dabble in his career. I mean, before then, he first started off on Battle Beyond the Stars. He did Star Trek II: Wrath of Khan, Krull, and then the third Star Trek film. Yeah, I remember that. What's her face?
Shailene Woodley.
How do you pronounce her name?
Shailene.
Shailene Woodley. Yeah, she was cast
Yeah.
as Mary Jane, filmed some scenes, but her scenes were removed. I would like to see how she would have, performed as Mary Jane. I'm sure it would have been interesting.
Yeah, even as a kid, when I heard about that, I was like, really? They cut her off? Like, come on. Like, really?
Yeah, especially since she was a notable star with her Divergent film.
Yeah.
And she did another film with one of the actors from Divergent. It's called, I forget what it was called. She played a character that had cancer, and so did he.
Oh, yeah. That's the romance, Fault in Our
Yeah,
Stars.
and I know that Willem Dafoe was also in it too. So
Yeah, funny enough, playing a very interesting character, from
yeah,
what I remember.
he played a bit of an asshole in that character. So yeah. And
Yeah.
if I recall, we also see what's his face, Thomas, the actor that played Peter's father, Campbell Scott. That's his name. Apparently, you see him come back, but apparently he was supposed to be the chameleon or something like that.
Huh.
Not Peter's father, because apparently he died in the plane crash that we saw in the very beginning.
Yeah, Amazing Spider-Man 2 is a very incomplete movie. That's
Yeah,
for sure.
it felt like it was like right after we see the plane. It's like after that, we don't see his father until of course in the deleted scenes, but still it just felt like it was the whole scene was rushed and go from there to like modern day, now. It seemed like
Yeah.
it was kind of all over the place in the editing and stuff like that. So
Yeah. It's
deleted
definitely
scenes, yeah. So yeah,
not that great of a movie.
I got it for cheap. I got like the steel book for like $5, I think it was, at Big Lots.
Well, that's pretty cheap. That's not too bad, I guess. I mean, at least it's not Catwoman or,
Yeah, Catwoman or
Batman or Robin.
well, I have that film. I mean, there are some entertaining moments in there. Usually against director's cuts, but all Spider movies should have. I know that Spider-Man 3 it got like an editor's cut, and looks like there was some scenes that definitely would have made a difference. Like we saw more of Sandman's daughter in one of them.
Yeah.
And,
The actor who plays Samuel was really good in that film. I'll give it that.
Thomas Hayden Church as Sandman, you mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, he was a good actor. I mostly remembered him from a comedy TV show called Wings. I believe he played the mechanic.
Oh, yeah? Oh.
Oh yeah, Spider-Man 2, 2.1, I think it was called.
Oh, okay.
I definitely thought that was a little better version, especially the extended scene where he's talking with Harry, and he mentions Uncle Ben and stuff like that.
What are your thoughts on the Sam Raimi trilogy and Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man?
I like Tobey Maguire as Spider-Man. I mean, the first two were definitely the better ones. 3, it's kind of uneven. I still can't get over how the breakup scene took place, and I thought it was just, just the way he cried was just ridiculous.
It's too much.
It almost felt like it was a Dawson Creek moment whenever Dawson has to break up with Jory, and he makes that ugly ass crying face, which is just laughable.
Yeah, it's like meme worthy. Like, holy crap. Yeah.
But yeah, and then like I said, I mean, if it just focused on Peter dealing with the symbiote for majority of the film, and then maybe at the tail end you have Venom, pop in for an appearance, and then that's when Spider-Man 4 focuses on basically, Venom probably trying to expose Peter and just make his life a living hell, even more worse than what he was going through in the third film.
Mhm.
That's what I would have done. But it was really Sony's fault. They were the ones that were pushing for that, and Sam didn't want to do it. So
Yeah, I think the behind the scenes drama of that film will be more interesting than the movie
yeah,
itself.
I do know that supposedly he was going to do a fourth one, and it was going to have the Vulture in it, but that never got off the ground because they took too much time doing it. Just like there was gonna be a Punisher sequel with Thomas Jane, which would have been the Punisher that we were used to seeing. But for
Mhm.
whatever reason, they kept taking their sweet time on that, and apparently Jane eventually left because he feels like they were wasting his time. And I would have
Yeah.
liked to have seen another one with Thomas Jane. We sort of got that with the short film Dirty Laundry, so he was good in that.
Yeah, Punisher sequel would have been really cool.
But I haven't fully watched the Punisher Warzone, but from it looked like it was really over the top and cartoonish. And sadly, Ray Stevenson died like a month or two ago, which is unfortunate.
Yeah, Punisher Warzone I did see is it's there. 2004 movie was better.
Yeah, that's going to be 20 years old soon. So
Yeah, literally like next year. Like wow.
yeah, it came out in February 2004. I actually saw it in theaters.
Ah, cool.
I remember liking it, but I did give it some fair criticisms. Like the supporting characters don't really do much of anything. Like the Bumpo and the guy with the Pearsons, what's his freaking face? He would go on to be in the third X-Men movie. Ben Foster, I think is his name.
Oh, Ben Foster.
And
Yeah.
then of course you had Rebecca Romaine Stamos. I think that's what she was. I don't know if she was still Stamos or maybe she was no longer married by then. I don't remember. So.
And then you got John Travolta as the villain. Love
Mhm.
that too.
And you had I know that Roy Schneider was in it for a bit, and the guy from the original Jaws movie. I I think that might have been his final theatrical appearance. Maybe it was, maybe it wasn't. I don't. I know he didn't do much after that because he died in 2008. So
Yeah. I remember liking 2004 Punisher, but it's been a while since I've seen it, so might have to rewatch that again.
which Punisher were you talking about?
The 2004.
2004.
Yeah.
I do have the Dolph Lundgren version as well too. So
Oh yeah, Dolph Lundgren. Yeah.
I don't know if you saw that, but you might enjoy it, despite the fact that he doesn't wear the skull. So
Yeah, I seen that one too as well. I need to rewatch that one as well because it's been a while. But yeah,
yeah. So I think the main movie that I'm really interested in seeing is the new Mission Impossible film. That I'm sure that's going to be a big hit right there.
yeah, that one looks pretty good. That one looks like it could be the pretty good action film.
Yep, Tom. What is how old is he now? What in his 60s now? And he's still doing stunts like he's in his 30s or 40s. So got to give him some credit. got
Yeah,
to
that
give him some
guy,
give him some respect.
as crazy as he is, man, some of the stunts that he pulls off, wow, he's a beast at these stunts, man. So good.
Yeah, he was doing that. He was attempting to do that little bicycle stunt. What more than 5, 10 times, maybe even more than that. It's insane.
Yeah, was it Tom Cruise like one of the last action stars that we still have, during this
Yeah,
time?
maybe we should have him in the new Indiana Jones 5, or not 5, 6.
6. Yeah.
I know that Harrison will be really old by then, but I think if someone keeps him in shape or keeps him in line, I'm sure he'd be down for doing it. And plus, at least I would be giving him a good send off. His son would have a good send off. And if you wanted to continue the Jones legacy, maybe his son is where you can go from there. Because Chris Pratt is at least a bankable actor. Because
Yeah.
Guardians Volume 3 had made over 350 million in the U.S. alone, so it's still profitable. But I don't know if they're going to make any more. Maybe it's better they just leave it as a trilogy, as it is.
And plus, Chris Pratt has another trilogy to take care of, the Super Mario Brothers franchise. So yeah.
Yeah, Super Mario Brothers was a big hit for him.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
And sadly, I only saw that film once, but I remember liking it. So,
Oh well, I haven't even seen it yet. So
oh, you haven't seen it yet?
no, I was going to, but I don't know. I just didn't have enough time.
Believe it or not, the only movie I saw more than once was actually John Wick 4, and I liked it for the most part despite its issues.
Yeah, John Wick 4 was a fun action movie. I liked it. It was good. I mean, yeah, it does have some issues like the running time but I liked it. I don't think it deserves the hate, to be honest.
Yeah, I definitely don't agree with Rambo Wild for Life's opinion on it, so that's just me.
Yeah, me neither. But I don't think they need to make a fifth one. I mean, it deserves a better ending, but a fifth movie just seems like it's already gonna be a cash grab, you know?
Possibly, but I would like to see John Wick at least revealed to be alive, and maybe he's at peace, in a cabin, just chilling.
You know,
That's
I actually had an idea to how to end, the John Wick franchise. So this would be my idea. So, um, he just starts killing, a bunch of criminals, takes over the high table, and then maybe the film can end with him, living in a cabin as an old man, and he's with his dog or whatever, and give it a couple of years, and then let's say, he lived a good life, and I guess you can say he died of old age, but that'd be better than him getting killed off like a loser,
right. I mean,
and
did
let's
you have
say,
an issue with the way he died in 4 or no?
I mean, it didn't bother me too much, but at the same time, it seems like I don't know, like I'm not sure if I would have ended like that, like.
Well,
Mhm.
yeah, I don't know what to really say. I mean, at least it wasn't like The Dark Knight Rises any of the way Talia al Ghul died. So
Yeah, like maybe it's because I felt like it was just a bit too soon. Maybe that's why I'm like, don't kill him off in the fourth movie. You can kill him off later. Like I think in the four movies, I still want to see a fifth one. So it's like
or maybe you make him look like or maybe make it look like he did die, but maybe he really didn't.
yeah, that's why him faking his death in the fifth one. I'd rather have that instead.
Hmm.
And
But it's weird
then
how they're doing I find it strange that they're doing the ballerina movie later when they. If anything, they should have released a ballerina film, then done John Wick 4 after that, because ballerina takes somewhere between 3 and 4.
yeah, true. That's right. Yeah.
Just like when they did that Scarlet, uh, what's Black Widow movie. I don't know why I said Scarlet, but the Black Widow movie. I don't know why they released it after she died in Avengers Endgame. So that's weird.
Yeah, and it's like, yeah, because they should have released a Black Widow movie like after Civil War. After Civil War, it was the right time to release a Black Widow film.
Yeah, like release it before Endgame. That would have been the smart thing to do.
Exactly. Disney, they didn't think it through. They just they just did a really stupid decision.
Yeah,
Especially
Kevin
business
Feige
wise,
hasn't
losing
been making
money.
good decisions for a while. I don't know what happened with him. I mean, wasn't he held as a good producer at one point? And now all of a sudden he's making poor decisions left and right.
Yeah, I think the MCU needs to take a break, like at least like a 5 year break, and then continue, making good movies again.
Oh,
Wait.
okay, I'm back, I guess.
Yeah, your camera kind of froze. All right, we're good, then. We're good now.
Okay. Boy, this cord must be more sensitive than I thought. Yeah, I have a desk here. I have the camera like right there. My laptop's on the right, so
Yeah,
I'm just now getting used to the settings. So yeah,
yeah, but yeah, I mean the MCU, I
it's
don't know.
it's had, it's had like an overload of superhero films, and it just seems like it's just milking the tit lately, right?
Oh yeah, definitely.
It's like this. The milk has gone dry. I mean, what more could you do?
It's kind of like one of those things where if you keep making these films, how can we miss you if you just don't go away? you
Yeah,
know?
how about do some regular current time films, like take a break from the superhero genre.
Yeah, like like go back
Not
to
do like a legacy sequel to the Black Hole or something.
yeah.
Would you like to go to one place where you meet? Well, we could always, I don't know where we probably meet at a tasty food place, and we can chime in, let the good times roll. Let's not forget Zero Cool.
Wait, he did mention Zero Cool, John.
Yeah, come on, Bobby. You always liked visiting Zero Cool streams, man.
I like to
But
talk to Effrey. He seems like a pretty cool guy.
who?
Effrey.
Oh yeah, Effrey. He's honest. And it's too bad how it's too bad on how he ended the channel with his channel. So yeah,
Yeah.
it'd be nice if he does make a comeback, but I don't know if that's going to happen. So, but it's his life; he can do what he can do what he wants. So.
Yeah. Oh yeah, definitely. But I would say like, going back to I kind of wish because there's so many superhero films coming out, I'm really getting tired of them, which is kind of weird for me saying that because I like Across the Spider Verse, but that's like one like the only few exceptions to the rule. Um, but really like the only comic films I'm looking forward to is like Deadpool 3 and Beyond the Spider Verse. Everything else I can give a rat's ass about, honestly.
What was the one after the Spider Verse? You said?
Oh,
Are you talking about superhero films?
yeah.
Okay, I didn't know if you were talking in general, but yeah, the Guardians. That was probably the only one I was looking forward to, and the Flash. Like I said, if somehow I can find only pay for it really cheap, I would see it since it has Keaton in it. But that doesn't seem like it's going to be possible. So,
All right, so I'm gonna talk about the Flash a little bit here. So to give you the bad news, Michael Keaton is pretty much kind of wasted, to be honest.
oh, he is. I know that he's not exactly the Batman that we saw before, but um, he doesn't have a whole lot of action scenes, like the way the trailer supposedly portrayed it as.
Dude, most of the stuff that you saw in the trailer are like all of the action sequences.
Hmm. Yeah. Then again, he is old, so yeah.
I mean, there is one scene where I think him and the two Barry Allens are like saving Supergirl from this like place, whatever. And all right, it wasn't bad or anything, but it's like could have been better.
Yeah. Doesn't seem like there's a whole lot of action in the movie, anyways, or it's CGI action that seems like it was badly unfinished.
Like the way how they introduced Michael Keaton, they introduced him as this like old guy with long hair, looking like Dumbledore, and
It's
there's one.
almost like he's starting to sound like Luke Skywalker in Last Jedi or Jake Skywalker.
Yeah, and there's moments where he's trying to kick Ezra Miller's ass, which part of me is like, yeah, kill that motherfucker, but he kind of, I don't know, that's pretty much how they introduced Michael Keaton in the film, and I'm like, really, that's a pretty lame way to introduce that the character.
Yeah. Chiffon, hey. Oh, yeah. She's a friend of Cassie's, Cassie Stewart. She's a big Cowboy fan. She's interacted on my streams before. So,
Oh,
how
okay.
you doing? Everything going well for you? I think this might be the first time. Well, if you interacted on my stream, I don't know if you have, but this is the first time. So, welcome. Welcome to the stream. Um, how's everything between you and Cassie? Hope everything's good. So, Logan Lerman from Percy should have been the new Flash. Maybe. I haven't even
And
seen a whole lot of Percy Jackson, to be honest.
and the thing with Ezra Miller is that, dude, this guy, he is not a good actor. He is so terrible in this film, in The Flash.
Yeah, I mean, I never saw a whole lot of Ezra Miller films. I mean, the one I saw besides The Flash was maybe the Perks of a Wildflower. I think that's what it was. You popped up on my feed. Hey, oh, and you're subbed. Hey, that's cool. I don't. Hopefully it's not a school night for you. So I mean, I think you're in college, but I don't. I assume you're taking a break, but I don't know if you have a job or if you have to be up early in the morning like I do. I mean, I don't know. I don't know if you heard this. I I had a second job. I was actually working pretty late. I mean, I would work from either 5:30 to 6, or start at 6 o'clock, and it'd either be 11 something or maybe midnight or whatever. I was at UPS mailing fixtures. Cassie is in Knoxville this summer working on. Oh yeah, I saw her recent video. She seems to really be enjoying the dental life, and I'm sure that's going to be a great way to live. Oral surgeon office. So yeah, hell yeah. She has aspirations to be a dentist or dental hygienist, I should say. So, but yeah.
Oh yeah, and going back to the Flash, do you want me to like spoil you some things, or are you okay with that?
How about just one spoiler? Feel free to give that.
All right. So, here's what happens with Michael Keaton's character. Apparently, they kill him off twice. Yep, you heard me right. Another legacy character gets killed off. I know, I know.
They kill him off twice.
Yep,
So
one when he's trying to, I think he's trying to like crash into like the General Zod ship, and then I guess Ezra Miller goes back in time and Batman again. He's fighting like one of General Zod's man, and he gets killed off by him and dies by his wound. And oh my gosh, it's
oh man, really?
yeah, dude, it's like wow.
I don't know because since I like a lot of films from the 80s and 90s, and the fact that I like to listen to some retro wave music or something, or feel like we're going back in time and that's considered retro. I figured why not put that in my name. Throw Scotty in there because maybe it brings up the beam me up Scotty reference from Star Trek. So yeah. Oh wow, so you bring back Keaton's Batman and you fucking kill him off.
Yeah, they pretty much just wasted his time. They just brought him back just to kill him off.
Okay, well, I guess you definitely saved me the money.
Yep.
Fucking WB. Who fucking wrote this? Was it the same guy that directed it?
I'm not too sure about that, but
Andy Must whatever the fuck his name is.
oh yeah, that crackhead.
Oh yeah, he was practically blowing Miller for sure.
Really stupid. Like this movie is so good, it's gonna make you forget about Ezra Miller's crimes. Like what dumbass says something like that?
Oh my goodness. So yeah, I guess the reason to see, for Keaton, the reason to watch the new Flash was for Keaton, and this is how you do it. Jesus.
So,
Nope, I don't think I'm going to be wasting my time with that movie now. I think I'd rather see the Dial of Destiny.
sadly, that might be better, I guess.
Yeah, and I believe Dial of Destiny will still be better than the last two Star Wars movies. So yeah.
Yeah.
Just watch Max. Oh, that's cool. I do have that on Blu-ray. If I don't, you're probably not familiar with Chefon. Rambo Raphaelite loves that movie. And apparently Stephen King was really high on cocaine when he made that movie, just so you know. But yeah. For any kind of old movies, I think I might be even reviewing Hard Target at some point. So. And I actually managed to download the movie for free from Tubi. If it's still on there. I think it's on there for free on Tubi for sure. I even got Time Cop off there. Everything okay, Neil? Okay.
But yeah, like I said, I mean, wow.
Everything okay?
Oh yeah, yeah. Oh, everything's good.
But as far as old movies, Chiffon, I don't know what kind of genres you like. I assume you like almost anything. But yeah, the Goblin, it's reference to the Green Goblin, the arch nemesis of Spider-Man. So yeah. But if you want recommendations on other Stephen King films, there's Silver Bullet, which was '85. There's Pet Cemetery, but that might be a little more disturbing and kind of tragic at the same time. So then there's Sleepwalkers, which I do have. Um, who knows if I get some old reviews popped up, maybe you should give Deep Rising a shot. You'll definitely like that film. It's fun and going to head off to bed to stay awesome and chat with you. Okay, cool,
All
Bobby.
right, good night, Bobby.
Thanks for stopping by. So
So apparently, I see that in the box office, The Flash is not doing very well.
yeah,
It's
it dropped.
bombing.
Yeah, it definitely dropped 72%. Dropped from like 55 million to like 15 million.
Ooh, that's like one of the biggest drops for a comic movie.
I think I have Oh, really?
Oh, nice.
That's nice. Yeah, I prefer. It's good. It's good to have an iPod. For convenience. If you don't want to get the physical collection, but that's what I prefer. I prefer the physical collection. I don't have every Stephen King movie. Sadly, I have a few because there was some stuff that went to TV, like the original It. I hear from what I understood was really good. There was also The Stand, which came out in '94, and I think the Tommy Knockers. I think that was Stephen King. I can't remember. That was '95. So then there was the 1997 version of The Shining. Strange enough, I don't even have that movie on Blu-ray. I just feel like WB on certain movies like that, I feel like they kind of skim on the special features. I feel like it deserves a little more, behind the scenes documentaries, deleted scenes, the works. That's what to me always made a DVD or a Blu-ray, was having a good amount of special features. Was the director's talking about the process of making the film, the script, stuff that was maybe going to be in the film, whether it was on the script or in paper, or maybe they filmed it but it got cut out later, maybe because they thought it didn't work. But yeah, hell, I even thought about maybe doing a review of the Blade films, the original ones with Wesley Snipes,
Ah, yes.
because
Blade.
the first one's going to be 25 years old. Coming up, and I think it was either November or December that the first one came out. So
I think it was a summer release, the first Blade.
really, I could have swore it came out like in November or December.
I think it came
I
out
could be
in,
wrong.
I want to say August, I think. Yeah, it was like around like
May 1998, bro. I'm looking. Yeah, you're right. It's August. I don't know why I was thinking December. Maybe that's when it got to video or something. I don't know.
But what do you think about the Blade films?
Well, the first two are definitely the best. Third one is the weakest, but hey, it's still better than Twilight.
Yeah, I mean, at least there's that, sadly.
Yeah, I'm just disappointed in how Whistler was. I don't want to spoil it, but
Oh yeah, his demise.
yeah, because you brought him back in the second one, then you pull that shit, which was disappointing. I know that Wesley Snipes was very unhappy, but he could have been a little more professional behind the scenes. I know that maybe you didn't like the fact that you were kind of somewhat taking a back seat, but you could at least still be professional.
Yeah, the thing with Blade Trinity is that film just feels like a Night Stalker movie. It doesn't feel like a Blade film.
Yeah, I think that's the main problem. Is it feels like Blade's not really the star or the main focus of the movie. I mean,
You can tell. You can tell that Wesley Snipes didn't give a shit during the production of that film. You can tell he looks tired. He looks bored.
True. And I wish they would have. I had an idea for maybe what the fourth one could be. I would call it Blade Daywalker or something like that, and it would revolve around another version of him, another version of Blade, a similar person, but is he like the good or bad? I don't know. That's what I would have done.
Yeah, but the first two Blade movies are great. The third one, nah. The third one was pretty
Yeah,
kind
it's a
of crap.
step down, but it's not the worst vampire movie I've ever seen. So
Yeah, I mean, yeah, it's still better than Twilight, sadly.
it's probably still better than watching the Fright Night remake.
I haven't even seen that yet.
I haven't seen that or even the sequel. I don't think I even have the original. I think I'm meaning to get the original one on Blu-ray. So there you go.
Dude, 2004 was not a good year for vampire movies because you know what else came out?
What year are you talking about? Oh yeah, the 2004.
Yeah,
You mean Van Helsing? Would you rather watch Blade Trinity or Van Helsing, or you think they're both the same?
honestly, I'd rather watch Van Helsing instead.
I haven't fully watched Van Helsing, but yeah, well, it is what it is.
That's a film that the only great thing about that is like Hugh Jackman. I think he did a pretty good job as the main
Yeah, but
character.
I can kind of tell the CGI has dated somewhat from 2004. It seemed like it definitely needed a little more time to be rendered.
Oh
So
yeah, the CGI is terrible. That looked so crap.
yeah, I still haven't even seen the second. Well, I saw parts of it, but I never fully watched the second Riddick movie. So there you go.
The thing with it's funny when most of Steven Sommer films have bad CGI. If you
Yeah,
think about it.
as much as I like the Mummy Returns, the scene with the Scorpion King still is awful to this day.
Oh god.
It just looked like it was really badly unfinished. I mean, there was even a deep fake where they attempted to improve it, and it definitely looked better in comparison to what we saw in the theatrical, but it still needs work. But goodness gracious, it looked like it needed to be in a video game.
Dude, that motherfucker, he looked like a PS2 character.
Yeah,
Dude, he looked so bad. Oh my gosh. Oh wow. I couldn't believe that was actually real.
yeah. But sadly, it's. I haven't even fully watched the third Mummy movie, but I know it's definitely a step down in that trilogy as well.
Like, here's the thing with the Mummy films. Like, I enjoy the first one. I like the second one despite, some obvious problems.
Hmm.
The third one was pretty bad.
I mean, it looked like Jet Li was a good formidable villain. He was probably one of the good highlights about it.
It's actually funny enough, that might be the first film I actually saw Jet Li in.
Really?
Yeah, it was my introduction, sadly.
Yeah, I think mine was probably Lethal Weapon 4. So yeah, there you go.
Oh yeah, that's definitely way better than Mummy 3, that's for sure.
Yeah, definitely so.
Yeah. But let's see. Have you ever seen the Jungle Book film that Steven Sommers directed?
Yeah, I forgot he did that. I have not seen it. No, I know that Carrie Elwes was in it. I believe what's her face, Lena Headley. I
Hmm.
think she was in it.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, from Game. I had no idea she was in the movies until I read the cast list.
Yeah.
That's cool, Chafon. I don't know if I'm even pronouncing your name correctly, but appreciate you texting Cass about me. I'm sure she has her reasons for getting up early, like I'm going to have to do, especially since I have my second job later. I think I was telling you that I worked at UPS Mail Innovations, and I would either work 5 or 6 hours. But one time on Friday, like almost a week and a half ago, since I didn't have to, work on a Saturday, I actually stayed up there pretty late. I worked from I think it was either 5:30 to like almost 2 o'clock in the morning that I worked there, or maybe 6. I don't remember. So yeah.
So yeah, so let's see. So what would you say? I know. Okay, what would be your favorite comic book movie of all time?
Favorite comic book movie?
Yeah,
Hmm. It's gonna be a tough one. I feel like it's a toss up between probably I would say X Men 2 was my favorite one. I mean, I like the first X Men movie, but X2 X Men Unite was my favorite one. Um,
X-Men 2.
yeah, the second X Men film. And that, oh yeah, that's 20 years old now too.
Wow, yeah, that's pretty crazy. Yeah,
Yeah, time does flow faster than you expect. So yeah, but I remember seeing that movie in the theater a couple times, and damn good sequel. It's too bad that X3 was a bit of a step down and didn't quite, you know, live up to the second one.
well, to be honest,
But that's a whole nother, issue. So
well, yeah, but to be honest, the X-Men films don't even have the best track record. To be honest,
yeah, that's true. Sadly, Dark Phoenix was definitely the worst one. I only saw that movie once in theaters. That tells you what I think of it.
yeah, that was pretty crap.
Yeah, it just felt like the whole movie was just incomplete in certain scenes. I know that a good part of it was reshot. I felt like Quicksilver, being in the hospital, I felt like Magneto's motivations for not knowing that Quicksilver was his son and was almost killed by the Phoenix. That could have been a better motivation for him going after Jean Grey.
Right?
I don't
Yeah.
even acknowledge that. I'm like, what the hell? It's like, I understand there was some problems with the film, but still. And the fact that Simon Kinberg once again wrote it and this time he directed it, he's just not a very good writer. I mean, maybe he's an okay producer, but he's just not that great of a writer, not that great of a director. And sadly, he was one of the people considered to do the ninth Star Wars film, and sadly, I think we were better off with JJ than Simon Kinberg because honestly, he can't write for shit.
Yeah, he really messed that movie up really badly.
And to an extent, maybe the studio was kind of on his back, but still, he could have. I supposedly he thought this he was going to try to do two movies, but they wouldn't allow that to happen. But the way he wrote it, the way it was edited, and the way he directed it, just feels like. I mean, Fassbender and McAvoy, they try, but it felt like some of the characters were just doing some really stupid shit. I mean, Beast all of a sudden saying that this was, it's your fault, Charles, for Raven being dead and all this bullshit. So yeah, him joining Magneto seemed a bit out of left field for me. I feel like Storm didn't really do a whole lot other than the train sequence.
Mhm.
She wasn't in the film a whole lot from what I remember. And Mystique was kind of useless. And then she mentions you should just change the name to X-Women.
Oh yeah, Jennifer Lawrence. Yeah, I remember that. That was cringe.
Yeah. And she had a new movie just come out recently called
Oh no, no hard feelings.
No Hard Feelings.
Yeah.
I don't know what to think about that if I'm even going to waste my time. I'm
I
not
wouldn't.
happy with the way she said that, she was like did she say that she was the first female lead character or whatever it was? She wasn't. She's forgetting about aliens and gosh, what else?
Remember, I forgetting about Aliens, Terminator 2, and
Terminator,
Kill Bill.
hell, even Supergirl
Yeah, even that. Yeah.
or Scream. Sidney Prescott. No one's going to give her some credit on that.
Or Kill Bill.
Yeah, Uma Thurman.
Yeah.
Unless if she was joking, which she's kind of known for doing, that's still a fucking stupid joke. I don't care what it is.
Dude, to me, Jennifer Lawrence just seems like a real piece of shit person.
Yeah, I know that her and Nicholas Hoult were dating at one point, but I think he's the one that ended it with her. Maybe she was becoming a bit too toxic for him. So yeah.
Well, thank God he dodged the bullet for doing that.
And sadly, she was friends with Harvey Weinstein. If anyone's forgetting about that.
Yeah, that's one of the reasons why I don't respect her as a person. The whole Harvey Weinstein shit, and there's this interview where she was with Adam Sandler. The way how she was acting, you can tell Adam Sandler just wanted to kill himself.
Really? Wow.
Yeah, because she was saying all this like stupid crap, and wow, I felt so bad for Sandler because he looked like he just didn't want to listen to what J-Lo was saying.
Damn, I don't think I ever saw that. Wow,
You should definitely check that out. Oh man, it's gonna be kind of painful to
it's very
watch.
cringe, huh?
Yeah, it's so cringe. I felt so bad for Sandler.
Sandler's probably thinking, "You're not funny, bitch. I'm not going to listen to shit."
Yeah, and then he's probably like, wow, why are you making me waste my time talking to this bitch?
Yeah, yeah.
But I never liked her. I always thought she was overrated.
I guess she had a few good roles, but that's about it. I mean, I know that there. I do surprisingly, I do have the Hunger Games. I mean, she was at least tolerable in some of them, but I'm wondering now if I if I should even keep that entire saga.
I never understood how she even became a lead because I don't think she's that charismatic. I don't think she has that much presence. In fact, most of the time I just felt she came out very bland as a
Yeah,
lead.
I think the only time she really showed any emotion was in the last one where she apparently was pissed at something and she threw something at the cat or something. That was probably the only time a good amount of range of motion she expressed. So
Yeah, or the moment when she starts screaming at Chris Pratt during like the movie Passengers.
I haven't fully watched it, but I remember seeing some of it. It had an interesting concept, and yeah, I haven't fully watched that movie yet.
Me neither. I think I just saw like clips of it, but you know.
Hmm.
But let's see. So, and what? Oh, I can go on.
Um, if we're talking about upcoming movies, I think the Mission Impossible one was maybe one of them I was looking forward to. I don't remember what else was after that. I'd mentioned John Wick before. I mean, it was good, but there were some issues I had with it, of course. So
Like yeah, like the running time.
yeah, but I did like the Berlin sequence. That was pretty damn good.
Oh, yeah, the nightclub.
Yeah, the one with Scott Atkins.
Oh yeah, that was a really cool scene. I don't understand why people were bitching about that.
Yeah, if I recall, I think. Well, I better not mention it. He didn't care for that sequence either, from what I saw in the review. But I liked it.
Yeah, I thought it was cool. I like the music, the background. Like
Yeah, it was also great to hear La Castlevania come back again because they didn't have any
yeah,
involvement with the third one. So
yeah, it was a cool sequence. I didn't see what was wrong with it. But for upcoming movies, all right. So these two films are coming out the same day, a week after Mission Impossible, Oppenheimer and Barbie.
oh yeah, I think maybe I'll give that one a watch. I don't know if it's going to be successful because I it's an autobiography. It's something that happened in the 40s. But Chris Nolan, it seems like his movies, regardless, seem to do pretty decent.
Yeah, Oppenheimer could be an interesting one.
I mean, it's Killian Murphy. What can I say?
Oh yeah, great actor.
Yeah, I really enjoyed him in Red Eye. He was good for as Scarecrow, and then he sporadically made a couple appearances in the second and third one. So
Yeah. Oh man, he's so good at Scarecrow. I don't think we're ever gonna get an actor as good as him for that role.
yeah, and I think he was also good in Red Eye as well. I don't know if you ever saw it. It had Rachel McAdams in it.
Yeah, I haven't seen it yet, but I heard of it.
And there's Expendables 4. I know that John did a recent stream about that. I'm definitely mixed on that movie for sure.
Honestly, Expendables 4, I'm not looking forward to because Megan Cox and 50 Cent. No, thank you. I'm good.
Yeah, maybe yeah, it looks like she should be sucking on Jason Statham's cocks. So, yeah. And they're having their 50 Shades of Grey moment, I guess. I'm like, what? I mean, is this an Expendables film or is this another rip off of 50 Shades of Grey?
It
And
just
from what I
looks like
understood, Stallone's not going to be in the film a whole lot either, from what I heard.
they're probably gonna kill him off, but it looks like a direct-to-video movie.
I mean, why haven't they even got John Woo for this? I mean, supposedly didn't John Woo express interest in directing the Expendables film? Why not give it to him? Maybe he's
Dude,
old. I don't know, but give him a freaking chance. Maybe he can be the co-director or something.
that's a franchise that definitely needs a reboot. That's for sure.
Yeah. I
Just
mean,
do
I
it.
didn't even hate the third one, but it was definitely the weakest. But at least I liked Mel Gibson in that role. He was good as the villain.
The only one I saw was the first one, and the first one I thought was pretty decent, but I have issues like with the shaky cam and the CGI blood.
Yeah. Speaking of which, the other film that I thought about reviewing at some point was maybe Elysium. And as much as I like some of the movie, there was definitely some shaky cam moments in that movie. And sadly, it was an R-rated movie as well.
Yeah, like that's the thing. Like the Expendables, I think I like the film, but I don't love it, and I do think it's a little bit disappointing because I feel like it could have been a lot better if it wasn't for the shaky cam. And part of me kind of feels it should have been a film that should have come out like in the late '90s or something. Because
Yeah.
I think that film has issues. I don't think it's a great movie, but I think it's a decent, fun movie. But I still think it could have been a lot better.
Yeah. There's the red one. Apparently, the Rock's in it. I don't know what that one's about.
Wait, which one?
There's some movie with the Rock. I guess it's called Red One. I don't know if it's a Christmas movie or something.
Oh, I think I heard that title before, but I'm not too familiar.
I know there's going to be a new Insidious movie, and it's supposed to be an actual sequel to the second one because we got like a couple of prequels or something that happened before the second one. So it's good to see that they're doing a sequel that's actually sequel to the second one. Oh yeah,
Yeah.
and I just remember there's Dune Part Two. Um, I may see that.
I may see it just for the experience, but I hope it's not like a slow burn like the first one.
Yeah. And apparently there's I haven't seen the trailer yet, but I know there's Craven the Hunter with Aaron Taylor
Oh, that
Johnson. I think.
one.
What about that one?
I've seen the trailer to that. It just looks like once again another generic comic book movie. Nothing special.
You say it's as bad as maybe Morbius, or about the same?
Maybe about the same. It could be.
Yeah. And there's the Marvels, which I'm not going to see. And there's Meg 2. That looked interesting. Maybe I'll give that one a shot. I never got a chance to see the first Meg in theaters.
Me neither. Yeah. But yeah, the Marvels I can give a rat's ass about.
Yeah, it's starting to get a little tiresome with them. There's the Barbie movie, but I don't think I'm going to see that. I never really cared much for Barbies or Ken and
Yeah,
Barbie, whatever the freak their names are.
Barbie looks visually good looking. Stuff. I think the visuals will be good, but it's not for me.
Yeah.
That's not for me.
Oh yeah, maybe I'll give Transformers: Rise of the Beast a watch at some point.
Yeah. I was thinking of maybe watching Transformers, but maybe not anytime soon.
Yeah,
But let's see what else is coming out. Let's see. You got
yeah. Doesn't really look like there's a whole lot of new films I have any desire to see. Um, I keep seeing the independent films like the Asteroid City. I remember I keep seeing a lot of ads for that movie.
oh yeah, the Wes Anderson film.
Hmm.
Yeah, I guess it is what it is.
It is. Yeah.
And then you got the Equalizer 3, which
Oh yeah, I forgot about.
that
I
one
didn't
might
mind
be
the second
interesting.
one.
That one might be interesting, perhaps.
I'm guessing that might be the final one, I suppose.
The thing is that though it's been so long since the second. It's been like what 5 years. So
Yeah, it's been 2018 was the last. I actually saw the second one in theaters. Now that I think about it.
yeah, um, I thought the second one was pretty decent. So yeah, I'm kind of interested in this one. Because I like Denzel Washington, and I like seeing him
Hmm.
in these type of movies. Can't go wrong with Denzel.
I kept thinking there might have been like a monster movie that was coming out, but I don't know if there is. There is the Boogeyman that recently came out, but I haven't seen it yet.
Yeah, me neither.
And apparently they were supposed to get another Nun movie at some point. I'm guessing in October. I don't know. And it's supposed to be Saw X. I didn't know there was going to be another Saw movie.
What is this? Is this the 50 Saw movie?
Yeah, it's due out in October.
Oh, what else is coming out in October is Finest of Freddy.
You mean the Freddy Krueger movie?
No, it's based on this like mobile game that became like a franchise, and now there's like a movie coming out.
Okay, well, not familiar with it.
Yeah. And then you got Wonka. You ever heard of Wonka?
Oh yes, so it's going to be another Wonka remake.
Yay!
Oh, yeah, it's the guy from
Dune.
Dune. Yeah, Timothy Chalamet or Chalamet, whatever you pronounce his name.
Yeah, that pretty boy. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then the last one coming out in this year is Aquaman 2, which, oh boy.
I didn't even mind the first one, but I think looking back, if I ever were to re-review that film, I probably wouldn't be as lenient as I was the first time, because if I recall, I actually saw it, I think, on New Year's Eve.
Oh, man. Oh, cool.
I think I even saw it in IMAX. Not that I recall.
Aquaman, I would say, is a good-looking movie. I do think the visuals, the CGI is
Yeah.
pretty good. I do think the money's on the screen.
I think James Wan was a pretty competent director for the most part.
And I didn't even mind Jason Momoa as the lead. I thought he did a decent job.
Mm-hmm.
But I remember liking it when I first saw it, but I haven't rewatched it since it came out, and I do
Yeah,
think
same here.
Amber Heard kind
I
of
do have
hurts
the
them.
Blu-ray, and I got it pretty cheap, so.
Yeah. I have a feeling that if I rewatch that again, I feel like Amber Heard's gonna hurt that movie a little bit. To be honest, because fuck Amber Heard.
Yes, and you know what I'd say? Kick
Yeah.
that turd. Kick that turd. Kick that turd. Or step on the turd.
Yeah.
You know what? You're better off just kicking the turd because you don't want to step on it and have shit covered in you.
Be careful, she might shit on your bed.
Yeah, she might shit on your bed, or she might take a shit in your aquarium. So yeah.
Oh God! Oh no! And then she'll make it look like my dog did it.
Yeah. There's that, sadly.
That's what's kind of hard to watch Aquaman because of her.
Or maybe she'll blame the. She got stung by the bee or something. I don't know.
Yeah. God damn, Amber Heard, that fucking bitch.
I don't want to think about her, especially since she's from my home state and the capital of Austin, Texas. So yeah.
Oh no, I feel so bad for you.
Yeah, but I don't really see. I guess they're not really acknowledging her that much. So yeah, she has no relevancy here. So maybe that's a good thing.
Hopefully, she doesn't have no relatives around there.
Yeah, hopefully.
But yeah, I really hope I would only see Aquaman 2 only if she's not in it, because
Yeah, why couldn't they just replace her with Emilia Clarke? I would have definitely gone to see that.
yeah, like
But
just,
WB is a bunch of fucking asshole pricks. So yeah.
oh yeah, the Amber Heard support. Oh, they can suck my dick. They can eat it.
They probably would suck your dick.
Well, they can kiss my ass then.
And I'll probably be like, no, what? No, you suck your own dick. Maybe that's what you should do.
I don't know how people can support that bitch after all she did. These
Yeah,
people are doing
and the
well.
same with Ezra fucking Miller. Why the fuck? I guess they really are desperate to get some money out of it. So yeah,
Anyone who supports these two, I don't care if I'm gonna be coming off as an ass or anything, but you are sick. You are a psychopath, just like them. You're no better than them.
yeah,
If you support Amber Heard or Ezra Miller, you can go fuck yourselves just like them.
yeah, yeah. Johnny Depp definitely. Hopefully, he's gonna be on a career comeback. He certainly deserves it.
Yeah, Johnny Depp, good actor. Didn't deserve what happened to him. Poor guy. Hopefully, he's feeling better.
Yep, it seems like he's definitely moved on, so that's a good thing.
Yeah. You know what Johnny Depp should have done? He should have wore the Edward Scissorhands costume and just fucking chop Amber Heard's neck off with the scissors.
Oh,
At least chop her ears off.
I think he should have just bitch smacked her. That's all.
Okay, I know it's a bit graphic. At
See
least
how see how you can get physically abused. See how you know, see what that feels like.
okay, at least not her neck. At least just her ear. There you go. At least her ear. And be like, "Here you go, bitch. Don't fuck with me."
Yeah, or maybe better yet, maybe he should have just left her on the ship, and I'll just leave you, and you can try to see if you can sell your way out of it. Abandoned ship. Maybe I'll sink the ship, and you can just go down with it.
Oh, imagine what Johnny Depp would do if he was wearing the Sweeney Todd costume. Oh shit! Bet you what he'd do with Amber Heard.
Oh yeah.
Oh shit!
Yeah, maybe she should. Yeah, she definitely should get to know the alter ego of Sweeney Todd.
Oh god. Man, Johnny Depp has played a lot of iconic characters.
Yeah. Who knows? Maybe he could have pulled off being in The Crow back in the day if they were going to do a sequel. But I just thought of that. So
Yeah, I mean, he'll be better than the guy who played in the second film. At least there's that.
and Edward Furlong in the fourth one, I believe. Wicked Prayer.
Yeah.
Hard to believe you even had what's his face, Angel David Boreanaz was in it. So
Oh man.
and Tara Reid, I believe, was also in it as well.
And apparently they want to do like a I think they already finished remaking The Crow, I guess, but they haven't gotten a release date yet or anything. With Pennywise as the lead Crow,
Gosh, what was his face? It was one of the Skarsgård brothers.
Oh yeah,
Is
Bill
it Peter?
Skarsgård.
Is it Peter or
No, it was Bill.
it was okay? Bill. Okay, Bill Skarsgård. Okay. Okay, no, it wasn't Peter. What am I thinking? He's an actor, but that's definitely way off. So it's Bill Skarsgård, the villain from John Wick as well too. The fourth one.
To me, he was kind of one of my issues with John Wick 4. Like, I didn't like him as a villain.
Yeah, I feel like he wasn't the best. He wasn't exactly horrible, but I just felt like he was kind of meh at best.
True, he was very mediocre. I feel like he was just too young for the role. It seems like I can't really buy this 30-year-old guy going up against John Wick. Like, come on.
Maybe Donnie Yen should have been the villain, and someone else should have played a close friend of Wick's.
Or they could have just gone maybe like, well, Donnie Yen can stay as Kane, but you could gone Hugo Weaving as Bill Skarsgård's character.
Sadly, I'm not a producer nor an official screenwriter.
Yeah. Oh, by the way, have you seen this film? I just saw this one a few hours ago. It's called Ready Player One.
Yes, I've seen it. I have it on Blu-ray. I saw it in theaters. I thought it was a fairly decent flick.
Yeah, I thought it was actually pretty good. I thought, it was fun. It was, good CGI, good spectacle. I thought it was quite good.
I thought it was competently directed as well with Steven Spielberg. It did rely on some of the heavy nostalgia, but it seemed to do it pretty decently as well. So
Yeah, it was executed well for what it was. I would say that was the last Steven Spielberg film I gave a crap about.
yeah, I mean, I know he did West Side Story, but I haven't seen it yet.
That just doesn't interest me, to be honest. I have no interest in that.
Yeah, I mean, what else is he going to direct after that? It's probably wise that he stepped down from the fifth Andy movie, because who knows how much pressure and bullshit he would have to deal with Kennedy. So,
Yeah.
but hey, I'm going to go ahead and end the stream. But if you want to talk for a bit after that, we can do that. So,
Oh yeah, sure.
but anyways, for the people that stopped by in the chat and the person Sam who hung out with us briefly, thanks for stopping by. It's always a pleasure, and always it's great to be back on the YouTube and just slowly building up my channel and see if I can go as far as I can go and just live life to the fullest. And I suggest the people that support me embrace it, and you'll definitely live a fulfilling life from here on out. So I'll see you folks later.
Yeah, see you later. Ciao. Bye bye.
Bye bye.